How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Broly, CHEELAI and LEMO EZA. We are here in the 9th anniversary, and they've finally gotten their EZA. So we got them max links. We only got them 90% though, so we're going to take a look at them at 90%. Somehow we managed to skip a whole extra copy on Gogeta's banner, despite all the summons we did on that banner. So, I mean, maybe we'll pick up the last copy by the end of the anniversary. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at what they're doing. So they are attack and defense 30% per key sphere obtained. They have an additional attack and defense 10% per key sphere obtained. They have an additional key 2 per key sphere obtained. And all allies key 2 attack 39% with AGL or STR key spheres obtained. They'll also have get all allies key 2 and defense 39% with Tech Art and key spheres obtained, and all allies key 2 and attack and defense 15% with a rainbow key sphere obtained. They also have an additional attack 39% when performing super attack, and they also have an additional super attack and movie bosses, super bosses allies, damage reduction rate 10% when key 24, right? So they're giving allies damage reduction. It's really nice. They also have an additional high chance of evading enemies' attack, and if we get 7 or more key spheres, we actually guaranteed dodge. That's the neat thing about these guys. They also randomly change key spheres of a certain type to fizz, and when HP is below 60% or below 39%, will change all key spheres to fizz. Now, their super attack effect will massively raise attack and defense for the turn, and then their 12 key super attack effect will greatly raise for the turn, but also greatly lowering attack. So that means they'll be really good in fights where you can actually do that. So we're gonna go ahead and gonna grab these right here, and try to set up for the next turn. We're going to keep Gogeta on for the orb changing, and then there we go. Alright, so, I mean, the thing with them is you're not really, there we go, guaranteed dodge, so you're not really looking at their links. They don't have many good links, just simply due to, well, I shouldn't say they had any good links. They link with a lot of really strange characters due to the nature of being a joint forces character. Like, I think their actual best link partner is Super Hearts, which obviously you're not going to be running on any team other than, you know, his own Dragon Ball Heroes team. Otherwise, his best link partners are things like Frieza and 17 or Gohan and Krillin from the Namek Saga, right? So, I mean, this does work. There we go, guaranteed dodge. And honestly, they're looking pretty good here. And really what you're using them for is that 7 key spheres. You're using them for that support that they're giving, and then of course, you know, what they're doing for the super bosses team through that damage reduction support. Now, one thing I will say, like, looking at what they're doing here, I would have liked it if on their 18 key at least, they had just maybe, or maybe on their 12 key, right, they stacked attack and defense, simply because, right, that way they could have some kind of mitigation in case you can't get the key spheres, right? Because unless you have a team with a bunch of orb changers, you can run into some issues where they're not doing the orb changing. Nice. We get the dodge out of blue tanks. Okay, so we're actually just gonna keep this here. I'm pretty sure the 2 Brolys here are just gonna finish things off. Yeah. Pretty sure they will. So I actually would have liked to have kept someone like Kid Buu on the team for a good showcase, because he would give Broly, CHEELAI, and LEMO big bad bosses. But I mean, for the purposes of the showcase, we wanted to make sure that, like, we had orb changers, so I did have to forego Kid Buu. But normally on a setup like this, I would have someone like Kid Buu on the team. I brought STR hit instead, simply for the orb changing, because, you know, he can actually hold his own once he gets a couple turns of stacking in him, and as long as we can get him a decent amount of orbs, he'll be fine past his second appearance. There we go, second Broly attack, no links active. Well, the other one didn't have any links active. This one has a couple with Goku Black. Alright, excellent. So, Goku Black should finish things off right here for us. Yep, there we go. And that drives us into the next phase. Alright, here we go. So, this is exactly what we want, right? We want to put him in that first slot. So they do have 2 links here. Also 2 links here. So we're actually going to do this number. And I'm actually going to take the 9 here for hit. Well, it is an STR. It's still going to get him a decent chunk. Right, so here we go. 10 million this time around, so pretty good. It's about what you're going to see as long as you're always collecting the 7. And we did get 8 L key gears this time, right? So that is giving... right, that is giving them... Alright, here we go. I think that's the attack passive, right? Yeah, that's the attack 39% for all allies. Oh, there they go. They're just deciding they want to dodge this everything. Okay, so there goes the super on Gogeta, but post-super should be alright. Yeah, we're good. There we go. And, you know, like I said, even though hit's not going to have any blinks here, right, post-super with a decent amount of... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. Okay, but now we have guaranteed orb changing. I mean, I guess I can't complain. Now, my only concern here is the placement of X. I think, that. Alright. Okay. So, as long as he doesn't super slot 1 there, we're actually probably okay. There we go. Yep, we're solid. Alright, so this turn we actually... So the next turn we show up, we'll have a... there we go, perfect. So the next turn we show up, we will have the dodge. Well, hopefully. We'll see how many orbs they decide they want to change. But we do have Goku Black and Gogeta changing orbs next turn, so we might actually... Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. I was about to say, please don't dodge again. Cannot risk anyone taking a super here. We took a big risk putting Broly there. Alright, excellent. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and transform Gogeta. There we go. Perfect. So we can get 8 orbs here. We're actually gonna toss him in front. 6 here. Oh, and with Goku Black, we'll take 11. So, guaranteed dodge. Dodge the super. Alright, it's a little bit better this time. Alright, honestly, not too bad for being type disadvantage here. Alright, so obviously Gogeta not going to do a whole lot here. And again, right, like, we're not really looking at links for these guys. On super bosses, like, there's just not many good links for them, and then we would have had to sacrifice our Broly rotation for that. And even then, it's only... I think he only has 3 links with Broly in either form, and so, I mean, I guess we could try to get Broly over here with 1. He does share 3 links with Texamos as well, but again, kind of had to forego some of the better link partners to ensure that we had the orb changing, and, you know, that's totally okay. I am a bit worried about Goku Black here. Oh, with keys first, okay, just don't... There we go. Perfect. Alright, so let's do this number. Alright, so we got out Broly. Alright, and then, you know, let's do the thing. So, let's... We do... Okay, perfect. That works out. Alright. Okay, perfect. Alright, nice. So we actually got a decent turn here with Broly. If we're lucky, we'll just speed right through this phase. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We don't have to worry at all. Excellent. And that brings us into the final phase here. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to bring out Buhan. Alright, how are we looking here? Okay, so in normal circumstances, right, I would use Gogeta's target skill here, but on the grounds that we actually have we do actually want to we actually want to see, well, I mean, they're going to dodge anyways. Actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and use it. We got the 7 orbs, so they would dodge anyways, right? So actually, let's just kind of look at their stats here. I mean, the attack is pretty impressive. Obviously, we're not worried about their defense. Nice. I mean... There we go. And so, actually with Buhan here, I think they have 4 links, yeah. So Buhan actually isn't a bad link partner for them. Alright, the only issue with that is, right, Buhan ends up giving up his Majin power links, right? Like, he'll end up not having Wall Standing Tall, Majin, Metamorphosis. But if you have Kid Buu on the team, right, as a 3rd slot floater, that, you know, that kind of mitigates that. So, you know, that can work. But again, their function, 7 orbs, dodge in slot 1, and we actually did pretty well here. We actually managed to get all of the orbs, so yeah, target skill doesn't matter. We were gonna dodge all of these attacks anyways because we did get our orbs, so it's no big deal here. But 14 million, honestly, is pretty good. We got a decent, you know, it's pretty decent. And remember, for I mean, nobody on this rotation, but right. If we had our super bosses on this rotation, they'd be giving them 10% damage reduction. Or movie bosses, for that matter. Super bosses, movie bosses. There we go. Alright, I mean, that is the cool thing, and, like, all of that build-up, too, for Gogeta actually, this actually works out. I don't know, well, actually, depending on how many supers Buhan here does, honestly, for only getting 1 turn of stacking, this is pretty good. Gogeta might do alright here. The question is it going to be enough to actually finish the fight? Maybe. Let's see. I mean, we're getting a lot of dodges here. That's pretty good, considering we're linked with Buhan here. Although we did get, right, the type support via the key spheres from the Broly trio. Yeah, we might not actually kill here. Well, we are getting crits. I think it's going to depend on how many more we get. There we go. Look at Gogeta go. He's non-stop. Oh, we were so close. Alright, not bad. Like, I think if we had actually had another turn... Alright. Okay, so... I actually think with the build-up, Goku Black is our better shot here with 10 orbs. Yeah, we're probably okay here. Alright, so let's just do that. So, and just as long as we... Yeah, okay, cool. Broly might have survived, but I do think Goku Black was probably the better choice there. Alright, there we go. Alright, so there you have it, folks. There is the Broly, CHEELAI, and LEMO Max Links EZA showcase. Really proud of these guys. These guys are phenomenal. As long as you can keep up the orbs, right? Which on super bosses is really easy to do. Honestly, I would say that on Broly's variant of super bosses, it's a bit harder, I think, to keep up their orbs, right? And like I said, we had to forego linkage in this scenario in order and bring someone like Hit here, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do all the time. We had to forego links here in order to prioritize getting their orbs, right? However, on Rose's variant of super bosses, you actually have a much easier time getting the orbs just because so many other orb changers. And I mean, again, once you fall below that 69%, and they start changing their own rainbow key spheres, it becomes a little bit easier. But you know, it can be a struggle, so you do have to make sure you play around their key spheres obtained, and it is worth it. It will be rewarded when you do, through that guaranteed dodge, right? So you just when you're using them, they're definitely one of those characters you have to pay attention to managing your key there. Saw how we did through the video, right? When we were off rotation, we did our best to pick, right, the path of least orbs to ensure that the next rotation would have the orbs it needs. And that's kind of how you have to play when using them. And again, it takes a bit, but the reward is there. You get support, you get damage reduction support, and you get guaranteed dodge, which can really help teams, right? Like, again, they share 3 links with Broly. It makes them a decent slot 1 option for Broly, just to kind of protect yourself while you're waiting for him to get built up. Same with some a bunch of other characters on super bosses. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what are your thoughts on Broly, CHEELAI, and LEMO? Okay, we will be doing a full grand tour of them against all the Red Zone bosses, including, you know, everybody's favorite, Kid Buu, and then, of course, we will take him in against a few of the Battle Spectacle events as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So that's it for the video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.